Okay, so okay, so hey guys, this is Nalini here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my live tutorial. And we are just gonna continue what we are doing from last 2 to 3 days, and that is we are learning basic crochet. Okay, so we in our past two lives, that is day before yesterday and yesterday, we have learned so many things. Jyoti Bhatia says hi Jyoti, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. Okay, so in our first live, day before yesterday's live, we learned how to make our slip knot and single crochet. Then we learned half double crochet and we learned double crochet. So, and in my yesterday's live, we learned how to make treble crochet and double treble crochet, and then we learned how to make a basic circle and a magic circle. So we have covered this much. And in my yesterday's live, I told that I will teach you how to uh, weave in the ends, but I forgot to do that. So today we'll be doing that. So I'll start with that. As I forgot to do that yesterday, I'll show you how to hide your tails after you finish your project. Okay, and then we will advance our class, and I'll teach you how to increase your rows and make a circle. Suppose you want to make a coaster or something, you can do that. Okay, so to hide the tail, so for these I already hid the tails. Okay, so I'll just teach you how to hide the tails of this, and the same rule applies for the circles also. Okay, so we're gonna use our tapestry needle, okay, or as you call it, a darning needle, and we're just gonna take our work, and we have these two yarn tails. So what we're going to do is just, you can thread your needle like this and just go, and now this is the right side, okay, and this is the wrong side. So just go towards the wrong side, and you can just pass your yarn through some stitches. So this is the first loop which is coming. So insert your hook into that one, then insert your hook into any adjacent loops you can use, like this, and then you can just don't pull it too tight, otherwise the shape will get spoiled. Just hold that area and pull it so that this work doesn't go in, and then you can just weave it inside these loops. Any loops which you see, just you can just pass your needle through those loops like this. So I'm weaving it in these loops. Oops. Okay, if this happens, no problem, because the yarn is small. So you can just insert your needle first and then thread your needle, and then you can just pass it through them like this. And as I said, don't pull it too much, just let it pass it so that the shape doesn't get spoiled. And then if you want to be extra secure, now from here our yarn has come out, so just leave the first loop and again go backwards like this. Just pass it through the same stitches. You can even go just straight. So choice is totally upon you which loops you choose to, pass your yarn through. Like this, and just pass it back and don't pull as I told you. Just make sure that it goes, just hold it here and remove it. And then you can just cut it like this. Hey everyone, the people who have joined me just now, I'm just continuing my live tutorials for the basic crochet. If you have seen my past 2 days of live, I'm teaching the basics of crochet. So I have taught a slip knot, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, treble crochet, double treble crochet, normal circle, and a magic circle. So today we are continuing our journey. So yesterday I forgot, I told that I'll show how I weave in the ends or hide the tail ends, but I forgot to do that. So I'm doing that today. So we'll start our class with that. So just pass it behind some stitches. So this is the wrong side which I'm using. Well, actually in these rows there's no wrong side because we go back and forth. But still the work we end in the front, so we just go towards the opposite direction and just hide your tail like this. So just go through the top loops, do not pass it through the front side or the right side, and just you can just pass it through the loops which are there like this. And then if you want it to be extra secure, then you can just leave the first loop which you see when you pass the loop, the yarn tail, leave that loop and go back. So this way you will lock your that yarn tail and it won't come out like this. And don't pull it, just pull it enough to close it. You can just hold your finger here and just give it a pull so that your work doesn't get affected, and then cut it off. So this is the way you hide your yarn tail. Now if you see, you won't be able to understand where you hid the tail. Okay, so this is the way you can hide those yarn tails after you finish your crochet project. So if you want to learn any of these stitches, the basics, you can refer my previous 2 lives, day before yesterday and yesterday, and you can learn how to make these magic circle, circle, and all the stitches. Okay, so let's keep them aside. Okay. And I have taught many other things in my crochet life, so you can just visit my channel. There are 4-leaf clover, some bag charms, and many other things. And in my videos also there are tutorials of coaster set, those viral flower coaster sets, and many things, flowers, and many things are there. So you can just visit my channel, and while you visit my channel, subscribe. Okay, so enough of the cringy stuff, and today I'm going to teach you how to increase your circle. Suppose you want to make a coaster, how you can increase your circle, that I'm going to teach you. So okay, we'll use the same yarn. I hope this is enough because it looks good on camera, like the stitches are very clear with this. So let's see how much we can crochet with this much of yarn. Hello everyone. Okay, so my yarn ball has my DNA in it. Look. Okay, it'll come eventually. Okay, so we are going to start with a magic circle. So we are learning how to make a crochet coaster. So we'll start with making a magic circle. So in my yesterday's live, I've taught you how to make magic circle, but still I'll just, brush it up a bit. So you hold your yarn like this, twist your yarn, pinch it here, bring the loop up, yarn over and pull through. And then you can just hold your loop like this and twist it and chain one or chain two as the pattern demands. Okay, so your magic circle is done, and now we are going to make 12 double crochets in this circle. Okay, so to make a double crochet, as I've taught you, yarn over, insert your hook. So we are including both these loops, which is the yarn tail and the loop. Okay, so make your double crochets. So this is my first double crochet, and suppose you're not able to recognize your first stitch, this is where you can mark your stitch. So I'm having my stitch marker. For the past two lives I didn't have the stitch marker, it was somewhere in other place where I was working. So today I made sure that I have my stitch marker with me. So now I've made my first double crochet. So your first stitch is always before your first double crochet. So now this is my double crochet, any stitch. Okay, so on top towards your right side you see this stitch. So this is your first stitch. Always remember, the first double crochet or the first stitch you make, the stitch comes before that. Okay, where you need to insert your stitch marker. So usually I don't need stitch markers on unless until it's an amigurumi or a spiral crocheting in which we don't end our row. So then this is very important. Okay, so you can just insert your stitch marker in that stitch like this. Okay, and just mark it. Okay, and there's one more way you can mark your stitch. Instead of this, if you don't have a stitch marker, you can use safety pins, or you can just insert your yarn tails, yarn cuttings. Okay, like whatever, like the yarn tails which you have, you can just insert into that and keep. Okay, so first double crochet is done. So now we are going to make a total of 12 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if your yarn tail is smaller, just pull it a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 and 12. So we've made our 12 double crochet. Let's just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so this chain 3 doesn't count as a stitch. Well, in some patterns when you follow YouTube tutorials and all, they include this as your first double crochet. So if that's the case, then you can just make 11 and this will count as your first double crochet, the chain 3. Okay, so you can just pull this yarn tail and close the circle. So if you don't know how to make the magic circle, in yesterday's live I've taught you that. And if you don't know how to double crochet, that too is in my previous lives. So just pull it nice and tight and your circle is closed. And now we are going to use this first stitch which we marked to close the round. So you can open your stitch marker and we're going to slip stitch into that stitch. So insert your hook like this, yarn over and pull through both the chain, the stitch, as well as the working loop, and you've end your row. Okay, so hi everyone who have joined me just now. I'm continuing my crochet classes, basic crochet classes, and today I'm teaching how to make a flat circle or how to increase rows. Okay, so now our first row is done and we have our 12 double crochets. Now again chain 2. So as I have told in my previous classes, usually for double crochet we chain 3 and then we start, but even chain 2 works. Okay, so I just make chain 2, otherwise it's a little bulgy or it bends because the height is little bigger than your double crochet. So choice is totally upon you, like whether you want to chain 3 or you want to chain 2. So now after chaining 2, you have to go into the same stitch where you made your slip stitch and chain 3, which is this one, just under the root of your chain 3, this. Okay, so this one is your first stitch. So in that we are going to make 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. So as I told you, it's upon the pattern whether if you count this as your first stitch, then you don't need to make 2. You can just make 1 and this will count as your first double crochet. So after making 2 double crochets in the same stitch, go to the next stitch, and in that also we are making 2 double crochet. So this is called as a stitch increase. We are increasing stitches. So one stitch has 2 double crochet. So I made 1 double crochet. Now again I'm going into the same stitch and making 1 more like this. Then go for the next stitch and make your 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2 like this. Then go for the next stitch and same thing, 1 and 2. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing. We are going to make 2 double crochets. We are going to increase in each stitch. Okay, so I'll just finish increasing my work. So 2 double crochets in each stitch of the previous round. So 1, 2, 1, 2, next stitch, 1, 2, next one, 1, 2, then the next one, 1, 2, then the next, 1, 2, next one, 1, 2, and then your last stitch. Now do not confuse this as your last stitch. This is the stitch, the closing stitch. Okay, this is not your last stitch, remember. Okay, so it might look like a stitch but it is not. This is where we ended our row. So this one is your last stitch. If you have any confusion, you can just count how many stitches you've used. So there should be a total of 12. So this is my 11th one and this is my 12th one. So in this I'm gonna make my last 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, so if you want you can count. So I'm counting 12 sets of 2 double crochet. So 1 2, so this is one set. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Okay, so we have all 12 sets, which is 24 stitches in total. So now, as I told you, your first stitch or on top of your chain to this. Okay, and this is your first double crochet. This is your chain 2. This is your first double crochet. So on top of your first double crochet before that, this. So this is the first stitch, the stitch for this double crochet. So in that, make a slip stitch and finish this row like this. So I hope the yarn is enough for the second round. We'll see. So again, we are gonna chain 2, yarn over, and now in this row what we are going to do is, in the same stitch, we are starting in the same stitch as usual. So this is your stitch, okay, the first stitch. So make 1 double crochet in that same stitch, and now in the second stitch we are going to make 2 double crochets, that is increase. So 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is one set, you can say, or 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. Now in the next stitch, again 1 double crochet, and in the next stitch 2 double crochet. Thank you for liking my live tutorial. If you like what you're watching, then do consider subscribing. So this is my 1 double crochet, and in this one I'm making 2 double crochets like this. See, 1, and this is 2, 1 and 2. So in this round we are just doing this much: 1 double crochet in one stitch and 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in one stitch and 2 double crochet in the next stitch, like this. Okay, again 1 and 2, 1 and 2, again 1 in the next, 2 double crochet in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next. Hope this is sufficient to finish my row. 1 in the next, 2 in the next, again 1 in the next, 2 in the next stitch, and here's the hair which was stuck. We'll remove this. So here we made 2, 1, and we are supposed to make 2 over here. So do check on your work whether you're doing it right or not. See, here I missed making 2. So if I would have made everything, and then if I would have come to check and one stitch was missing over here, then I had to open my work and go back and do it again. So after every 4 or 5 sets, just you can check whether you have not missed anything. So 2 are done over here. So next one stitch, in the next 2 stitches, then in the next one stitch, in the next stitch we are making 2 stitches, and then in the next one stitch, and in the last one 2 stitches. Oops. Like this. So if your count is right, and if you're using this method to increase, you'll always end with you'll start with a single one double crochet, and you'll end with 2 double crochets. So there are 2 ways you can start this round. Either you can start with 1 double crochet first and then 2, 1 2 1 2, or you can start 2 1 2 1. So choice is yours. So if you're starting your row with 1 double crochet in the first and 2 double crochet in the next, so in the next round what will happen is this 2 double crochet will always come on top of 2 double crochets, only if you use this method. But sometimes what happens, the 2 double crochet portion will be slightly pointed or raised, so it won't give you a proper circle kind of a look. But if that doesn't bother you, then this is the best, because if your V is not coming on top of V, that means you have messed up somewhere, so you can just go back and check. The next method is, in the first stitch you make 2, and in the next stitch you 1. So you start with 2 1 2 1, so that divides the stitches. So in that one you won't get V on top of V, but it will be more circular. So and in that I think so you might end with I don't remember, 1, I think so. You'll end up with 1 double crochet. So if you start with 1 double crochet, you end with 2. Just give me a minute, I'll just drink some water. Sorry for that. Hi everyone. So I'm just teaching how to make a circle, or how to increase the rows, okay, and how to keep it flat, because if you miss the stitches, your work might get bent or something like that, wavy or something like that. So you have to follow the exact pattern to keep it flat. So we have finished it, and we can just make our slip stitch in the first stitch. So which is our first stitch? If you don't mark it, then you'll know your first double crochet before that is your first stitch, or on top of chain 2 or chain 3, whatever you make. And now I think so I'll end this round. I'll just remove this yarn, because this won't be sufficient for the next one. So we'll change color here. So okay, I'll show you a neater way to end the round, or I'll show that to you in my last round if I remember. So chain 1 and cut. You can just hold here and tighten it. Okay, so bye bye. Okay, so which color should I take next? Should I take this one or this one? I think I'll take the cream color. Okay, let's see. Hope I get the center pull. Okay, I got it. Okay. So now you're going to learn how to change colors, or how to attach a new yarn. So we have ended our row here, and I'll also show you how you can just hold your yarn and let it get woven in naturally. Or otherwise, if you just leave the yarn, once your work is done, then you have to sit and weave in the ends, as we did for this. So this is a way you can naturally weave your yarn tail along with your work. Okay, so now we are using next color, so you can just hold your yarn like this. Okay, there are two methods. One, you can just make your slip knot. Okay, then insert your hook. So I insert where I start or where I finished. You can insert anywhere, but I prefer inserting in the same stitch. And here you can just insert your hook into that slip knot which you made and remove it like this. Hold the yarn tails like this. Okay, and then you can make your chain 2, and you have changed your color. And then you can start with a circle, and the next method is just hold the yarn like this. Okay, you've made a loop here. Insert your hook, grab that yarn, bring it up, carry that yarn tail. You can drop this yarn tail also like this. So hold both the yarn tails like this and then make your chain 2. So 1. So this is not, or this is just to attach, and now chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, and you have changed your color, not your color obviously, the yarn color. Okay, so now in this round what we are going to do is we are going to increase again by 1 stitch. So if you remember, in my second round, that is after the first round, 12 double crochets, in my second round I made 2 double crochet in each stitch, and then in my third round I made 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, 2 double crochet in 1 stitch, 1 2 1 2. Now in this round what we are going to do is just hold both the yarn tails. We are going to make 1 double crochet in the same stitch where we ended our work. Okay, the first double crochet, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch like this. So we are carrying our yarn tails together. Okay, so 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in next stitch, and 2 double crochet in next stitch. So 1 1 2. So now 2 double crochets. So here's my 2 double crochet. So 1 1 2. Then again 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next one, and 2 double crochets in the next one like this. Okay, so 1 1 2 1 1 2, and as I told you, your V will come on top of V, or the 2 double crochets will come on top of 2 double crochets if your stitch count is proper. All right, you'll always get a V above a V above a V. Okay, so hold your the yarn tail and go for the next stitch. So we have made a 2 double crochet here. So in the next stitch, 1 double crochet, in the next one 1 double crochet, and in the next one 2 double crochet. So 1 1 2. That is a set which you're using as a pattern. Okay, so 1 1 2. After this 2 1 1 2. Then again 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2. So this is the way you keep increasing your rounds. So at this point, if you want, you can just cut the yarn tail. We have woven it enough, we have hidden it well. Cut them off. Okay, so let's carry on with our work. Hey guys, this hi is for the people who have joined me just now. I'm teaching basic crochet. This is my 3rd day. Beginner friendly, you can say, or basic for the absolute beginners. So if you have if you want to learn, you can visit my channel and go for my previous 2 lives. So this is the part 3 of my classes, tutorials. And even if you know someone who wants to learn crochet, you can just share this video with them and subscribe, like, share, and all those, those things. Okay, so 2 double crochet are done. So 1 double crochet in the next one. So this is like I'm teaching how to increase row when you're making a circle, a round shape. It can be a coaster, it can be whatever you want to make from this. So this is the way we increase the rounds without our work getting, bent or frilly. If you want a flat surface, this is the way you're going to do. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and in the next one 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. Now 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochet in the next one. 1 and 2. Again 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next, and in the next one 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Now again, after making your 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next, 1 double crochet in the next, and 2 double crochet in the next. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, and 2. Again, go for the next stitch. 1, 1 in the next, and 2 in the same stitch. So 2 double crochet come in the same stitch. 1, 1 and 2. 1, 1, and this is the last stitch. So as I told you, do not confuse yourself and think that this is the last stitch. Okay, this is the very first, the very last stitch which we joined in the first stitch. So this is already used, and this is your last one. And in the last one, we are making 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay. Yuzana Maria. I don't know the language, but I know lindo means nice or beautiful. So thank you so much. Okay, so we finished this round, and now we're just gonna use that first stitch. As I told you, the first stitch of the first double crochet always comes before that stitch towards the right side. So this is your first stitch, or you can just count 1 and 2. On top of that is your first stitch. If you have chain 2, that is, like this. How is it looking? Beautiful, right? I'm really liking this yarn. Not a product placement, okay? I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm just sharing it with you. The work looks quite good with this. This is number 4, 100% acrylic. Okay, so this is the way you can just increase the rows of a circle. Now here it was 2 in each stitch, here it was 1 in one stitch, 2 in one stitch, 1 2 1 2, and in this round it was 1 1 2 1 1 2. So next round what will happen? If you want to increase rounds, 1 1 1 2. Okay, so in each round you'll keep increasing one stitch. So in the next stitch 1 1 1 and then 2. In the next stitch 1 1 1 1 and 2. So remember, your V stitches will always come on top. Can you see? See, the V as in the 2 double crochets which you made in one stitch. See, so always the 2 double crochets will come on top of 2 double crochet. See, 2 2 2 2 2 and 2. So this way you can know that your stitch count is proper. So this is the way you can finish your row, your circle. You can make how big of a circle you want, you can make it, and then whatever the pattern demands, if you want to make a border or something, you can make it. And I'm just gonna show you how to make a popcorn stitch. Like in one of my tutorials which I had made for a flower coaster, like I had made a coaster and then some flowers, the viral flower blankets, and which was very viral. So I had made it long back in my channel, not as a blanket but as a coaster. So you can check that one out. So in that I had received a comment whether I can start that project as a beginner. So in that also I have taught the same thing, and I've taught you how to make the vines and how to make the flower. So you can check it out. So I'll just show you how I made that popcorn stitch and those flowers. So suppose this is my place where I want to make the popcorn stitch or the flower. So to make the popcorn stitch, just make 1 2 3 and 4. So 4 double crochets, make your 4 double crochet, and then just stretch your loop, remove your hook, and then 1 2 3 4. So this is your first stitch. So in that you insert your hook into that loop, your working loop, pull it out little, and just pass it through this stitch like this, and your popcorn stitch is done. And if I'm not wrong, to make that flower, I think so it is chain 3. I don't remember, I made it long back. And then the circle that forms while you join this, from behind, I think you're supposed to I don't remember, slip stitch maybe, and then one more chain 3 and make your slip stitch, and then one more chain 3. Yes, correct, it is right. So my memory is not that bad, I guess. Slip stitch, and then you can just carry on like you made chain 2 over here, or chain 3. I think so it'll be better if you make chain 3 if you want to make this flower. So chain 3 and slip stitch into the next stitch. So this is just I'm showing you how to make those flowers if you want to make that flower coaster. So the tutorial is there on my channel maybe 1 year back or something, I don't remember, 1 or 2 year back. And then again you can just chain 3. So you can use a red color or a pink color, whichever color flower you want, you can make it with that. Again into the same stitch, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So it's better you follow that tutorial, because I might be missing something. I don't know. 1 2 3 4, because I haven't made those for in quite some time. So after 4 double crochets, insert your hook into that first stitch and insert your hook into your working loop. Tighten it a little bit, not too tight. Pass it through that loop, chain 3, and the circle which is formed over here. Okay, see here. Can you see? In that slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch in that circle again, and chain 3 again, and slip stitch in that. And then you can make your chain 3 and single crochet in the next stitch. I think this is the next stitch, like this. Okay, so this is the way you can just continue your work. So you can just follow that tutorial and you'll come to know how to make those, viral flower coaster or a blanket. So that is just a small coaster. If you want to make it as those viral blankets, you can just increase the rows. And this is the way we make those flowers. So now I'm just going to remove this. I just wanted to teach that. Teach how to make this flower. So this flower is looking weird, a cream color flower, but okay. I just wanted to show you how to make that. So we'll just frog this. And now, as I told you in my first round, I'll just show you a method with which you can finish your row with a clean finishing. Because generally what we do after ending a row, we chain one and then cut and then pull it. So that knot will remain on top. And that might bother some people. Okay, so if you don't want that bump or that knot to be seen, what you can do is after your last stitch, just cut the yarn like this, pull the loop out, pull the yarn out like this. Now you can use a tapestry needle or you can use your hook. If you're using your hook, insert it from behind and take this like this. Okay, pass it through the first stitch, then insert it into the back loop of your last stitch, or take this tail and pass it through, and you have made a proper finishing. See, you'll not come to know. And if you want to do the same thing with your tapestry needle, then what you're going to do is same thing, insert it into the first stitch, pass your yarn like this, just match the length of your loop and keep that much distance, and then go into the back loop of your last stitch which you made, the last stitch. Just go into the back loop and pass it, and you've finished it. And then you can just go under the stitches like this from your wrong side and pass this. So remember to hold your stitch here so that you don't pull it too much. Okay, if it's too loose, just pull that a little bit. Like this, and you've ended your row over here. And now to make sure this doesn't get loose, you can go back like this. Leave the first loop like you came from here to here. Okay, we have gone like this. So leave the first loop, and from the second loop just go back from where you came, like this. So you've locked your yarn tail, so now it won't get loose. And then cut it out. And now we're going to weave in this tail. So go through these stitches, which you can see over here. So my yarn tail is coming out from this area, so we are going to go in the opposite direction. So go through these stitches just from the back side of the loop. Your yarn should not be seen on the right side. This is the wrong side. Like this. Don't pull it too much. It should just pass. Okay. And the same thing, if you want to lock it, this doesn't require to be locked because this won't move that much. But still, if you want to do that, leave the first loop immediate after the your yarn tail. Leave that one and go back. Do not pull, just let it pass. Done. So this is the way you can increase your circle, or this is the way you make your circle. Okay. Okay. So just a quick recap. Magic circle, then make your 12 double crochets in the magic circle, close the circle. Then for the next round, we make slip stitch into the first stitch, chain 2 or chain 3 as you desire, and then 2 double crochet in each stitch, and then we end our row, and then again chain 2 or chain 3, and then what we do is 1 double crochet in one stitch, 2 double crochet in one stitch, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Then we finish our row with a slip stitch, chain 2 or chain 3, and then in the next row, in this row we did 1 2 1 2, so here we'll do 1 1 2. So 1 double crochet in one stitch, 1 double crochet in one stitch, 2 double crochet in one stitch. So you can see here 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 1 2 1 1 2. So we're increasing by one number in each stitch. And then if you want to go for the next round, again same thing, you're gonna chain 2 or 3, and then you're gonna start by making 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet. So 1 1 1 2. Then if you go for the next round, 1 1 1 1 2. So keep increasing by one stitch. So this is the way you're going to increase your row, and you can make how big of a circle you want. If you want to make a table, mat or a doily, you can do so. And remember, if you use the one, if you're beginning with 1 double crochet, then your 2 stitches in one will always end up on top of each other. So we can call it as a V. So see, all V's will come on top of each other. Okay. So this was today's class. So I taught you how to make a circle and how to increase that. And we have also learned how to change your yarn color or how to join a new color. Okay. So we are making quite a progress. We started from knot, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, double treble crochet, and normal circle, magic circle. And today we have learned how to make a circle or how to make anything which requires a circle. So you can use this as a coaster. It's beautiful in itself. Okay, and how to recognize your right side with the wrong side. You can see the difference. This is the right side. It's much more, intricate, you can say, or beautiful. The wrong side will have these bulges. Okay, so this is your wrong side. So the hiding of the tail or weaving in of the ends, we do it on the wrong side, and this is your right side. Okay, so should we learn something else after the circle? I think that's it. And I also taught you how to make those flowers. So the tutorial of the complete flower coaster is there in my channel, but you'll have to browse through my channel. I think so it was 1 year or 2 year back, but it's a beautiful piece of coaster. So you have to check out that video. It's in the coaster is in cream color and green color vines, and flowers are in red color. So you can find it on my channel. So you can use that also as a reference. So I hope you liked today's live, and I hope this will be helpful for you to make, flat circles like this. See, there's no bulge or nothing, no frilly or bend or nothing. It's a complete flat circle. So do follow this and you'll make beautiful piece out of it. So here's your work. So if you like this live tutorial and if you're enjoying my lives, then do let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel. Use my tutorials to learn, or if someone else wants to learn, you can forward this to them, share it with them, and do comment and let me know how you find my tutorials. And it helps me out, it helps the channel to grow, and more people can see this as it'll come in their algorithm. Okay, fancy words, even I'm learning it. So okay, so until our next video or our next live tutorial, which might be tomorrow, and we'll learn something new in that. So until our next live, bye bye, love you.